What's going on, Bulls Nation? Welcome in to CHGO Bulls Postgame. Coming to you live from our studios here in the West Loop, downtown Chicago. I am Peck. You can follow me on Twitter at Bulls_Peck. My guys, Big Dave, Bow, BAWL Sports. Perfectly timed.
Why would that be shocking to anyone?
Will the go Gottlieb, Will_Gottlieb. We are CHGO_Bulls. Our pal and producer, Joseph Spathis, on the controls. He is at Joey Spathis. Follow him too. Bulls
Bevo.
fall to the New York Knicks and our old friend Tibbs. 116-100 the final. Thank you for hanging out live on YouTube, hanging out in the chat. If you are with us, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. We'll get to as many of y'all's thoughts on tonight's game as we can. Throw us some super chats if you feel so inclined. Gentlemen, the Bulls hung with the Knicks for the first half.
Yeah.
Actually bounced back from kind of a rough start, some turnovers, some missed shots in the early going. Take a 4-point lead in the halftime. Mm-hmm. Lose the second half by 20. Randle and Brunson, who we talked about in pregame, both end up dropping 30+.
Yeah.
DeMar and Coby both had themselves a solid first half. Coby kept it going in the second half. DeMar kind of quieted down. DeMar ends up with 28, Coby 26. Mm-hmm. They just didn't have any help tonight from this very shorthanded Bulls team.
No. Second quarter, the Bulls scored 31. Third quarter, 23. Fourth quarter, 22. Yeah. You're not going to win that way. It's been the same old problem, I guess. You know, the three-point shooting just being bad. But I think what was newer for me tonight was the turnovers, or the way they were having those turnovers happen. Patrick Williams, definitely. Alex Caruso, he's just been doing that, honestly, all season as far as turning the ball over is concerned. But, yeah, like in that second half, it was just a whole different ball game. The Knicks executed much better. The Bulls were a step slower. They basically bullied them and realized, you know, we're a bigger team than you. That's all Randle pretty much did, was bully. And what matter if it was Caruso or it was Io or Coby or whoever, I'm bigger than you. I'm taking you and I'm putting you in the hole and I'm putting you in the rim. Hartenstein, game of his life out there against the Bulls.
Career high in rebounds?
Yeah, 20 rebounds, 15 points, 5 blocks.
10 points.
10 points, excuse me. And 5 blocks, which is wild. But, yeah, like, I'm mad at myself because I didn't stick to my TOD that I had called when it was about 7 minutes to go, about 7:02.
That's time of death, for those of you who aren't quite sure.
I'm mad at myself for not sticking about it because I felt that after that sequence where they couldn't get an offensive rebound at all, and then they finally get, and then the Knicks get it and they dunk it. I believe it was Anunoby, gets it, dunks it.
It's because Sunogo wasn't in there, Dave. That was what sealed the Bulls' fate tonight.
Yeah, like a tale of two halves, man. Like, stuck with them, played well in the first one. Second half, yeah.
And, like, it really was kind of as simple as the Bulls played a game last night against the Sixers. Mm-hmm. It's obviously a really tough game.
Sure.
And they're missing Zach LaVine. They're missing Torrey Craig. They're missing Vucevic. Mm-hmm. It's just they seem tired. Like, DeRozan was on fire in the first quarter, first half.
Couldn't miss.
And then he
8 of 10 in the first half.
And then he was 10 of 13 on the game. So he just kind of, like, stopped existing. And it's just hard to score when nobody's really generating offense.
Yeah.
Again, that's a reason why you miss a guy like Vooch and a guy like Zach.
Correct.
Just to, like, be somebody that can create shots. As much as the offense has looked better, at the end of the day, you still need somebody that can, like, go get a bucket.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people, a lot of fans, a lot of teams even who might be in some of these sweepstakes often forget that, like, these games slow down and you need somebody that can go score.
Correct.
And I think the Bulls really missed that. So maybe we can talk more about Zach here later in the show, but, like, it sounds like trending towards Friday return, and yeah, it's going to be interesting to get him back.
Yeah, definitely. And you mentioned being on a back-to-back. Out rebounded 52-39. That lets you know. And Drummond had pretty much a nice amount.
Drummond had 16 of those 39.
16 of your 39 rebounds. Damn.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, like they were beasted.
And it was the turnovers.
The turnovers. The turnovers were the killer.
Patrick had 5 turnovers.
Yeah.
Just a rough game for him. He, like, I don't know if he got blocked or just missed the dunk on the opening possession.
Yeah.
But just did not look like a very good version of Patrick for the majority of that game. But, yeah, I mean, the Knicks were generating a ton of steals. They had 6 steals, 7 blocks, 15 turnovers for them to only 11 for the Bulls. But it just, again, when you're a team that is going to lose a 3-point battle, which they did only by 2, You have to be better at the free throw line, and you have to be better on turnovers.
Yeah, and look,
even still, that's
the
sometimes
Bulls,
not enough.
you know, they had fewer turnovers than the Knicks. They still managed to lose the points off turnovers battle. It was close. 21 points off turnovers for New York, 18 for the Bulls. So it's not like this game was dictated by turnovers. It's just that, you know, when that is an element that's contributing to such a shorthanded roster, unless your role players are shining in their roles behind your new big two, because you don't even have a big three, because Vooch is out, Zach's out. It's now Coby and DeMar is your big two, and they both gave you what they could on the second night of a back-to-back. DeMar, old, Coby playing hurt. You expected some, you know, slow legs in that second half, right?
Yeah.
Who was going to step up and help them? Your role players who you have been relying on when you're shorthanded. Patrick Williams, trash game tonight. And I don't know if it's because he is also playing hurt.
Has something to
He
do with
left last night's game with an ankle.
Yeah.
I saw him make plenty of boneheaded decisions out there tonight that have nothing to do with a bad ankle.
Correct.
Or that I certainly would not blame on a bad ankle. Telegraphing bad passes. Making bad choices as far as when to shoot, when to drive, when to pass. He made the bad decision every time he made a decision tonight. Except the first time he touched the ball in the first 30 seconds of the game, put the ball on the floor, beat his man off the dribble, didn't convert the dunk. But I love the aggression on that. Every decision Pat made after that, I thought tonight, was bad.
Yeah.
5 turnovers. 5 freaking turnovers from a role player who doesn't handle the ball all that much. And look, I don't think he's deserved a lot of criticism when the Bulls have been dropping these games when they're shorthanded, but Ayo Dosunmu, and we credit him for what he does in transition. We credit him for the defense he plays. He covers a lot of ground. He minimizes his mistakes. We've seen him make off-ball mistakes on defense this season, but he was 2 of 12 tonight. 2 of 12. Pat played like garbage, and Ayo 2 of 12. How can you expect to be in a game against a legitimate Knicks team like that when, you know, Ayo was a bench player, but he, you know, in his regular role recently, a bench player playing 30 damn minutes, and one of your other starters is doing that. It's an uphill climb, and I was not at all surprised to see the Bulls let go of the rope and let this one get away from them in the second half. Second night of a back-to-back. Their entire starting 5 lost by double digits. Yeah,
and you mentioned the back-to-back also with DeRozan and Coby. DeRozan played 38 minutes, Coby with 37. Like, those are also like your top 2 in the NBA as far as total minutes. So, of course, that second half, you know, you're going to see guys, you know, kind of get fatigued, especially coming off a back-to-back. And like you mentioned, an older player like DeMar DeRozan, like, that's just what it is. And you're going to need help. And they could not get that help. You mentioned Ayo, also 1 of 6 from the three-point line.
He was 1 of 6. Caruso was 2 of 8.
Caruso 2 of 8, correct. And Caruso started off the game with 2 misses from the three-point line. And when I'm watching Caruso create, I'm just, you know how I feel. Caruso's the guy doing that stuff. You're in trouble. You know, that's not the way to win it. Also, Drummond, who had 13 points, 16 rebounds, 2 steals, still, for me, wasn't a great game. Definitely turning it over, out of place a lot, you know. And when another guy is getting 20 rebounds on you, along with 5 blocks, that kind of, you know, dwarfs, you know, your numbers and what you're kind of doing right there. But, you know, I'm not going to put it all on Drummond, but like I said, when people lose, everybody gets a piece. And Javon Carter, man, like you mentioned Javon, like, it's been wild. Like, the regression has been crazy. Like, I've watched Javon Carter since college, bro. Like, a long time. I watched since college. I don't remember him like this as far as getting the ball and the tunnel vision of having the ball and that's it and it's going up. I don't care what else happens kind of thing. So that's been interesting for me because I'm used to seeing him know where to be on the floor to get the ball. Someone to find him, you know, in the corner, find him on the baseline, you know, find him at the elbow, get him the ball, and then he shoots the 3, you know, do it like that. And then I'm used to him play full court defense when the ball goes through the net. I'm used to him being up on the ball handler. I saw him do that earlier a little bit in the season. I haven't seen it as much since, man. I really haven't. So, yeah, they haven't been able to score, especially from the three-point line. Also, when you can't get inside to score either, that's going to stop you too. When Hartenstein is the dude stopping you from getting inside to scoring, that's some issues. But, yeah, you're missing more scoring, and you've got a guy who can kind of do that sitting on the bench. and we'll see what he looks like on Friday when he gets back. And you got a guy in Vooch. And please, these games like this go towards the people who were saying, start Drummond. Why is Drummond out there? He's got to start. And we're like, I like what Drummond's doing. He can't be your starter. Like, these are the reasons. And getting a guy like Vooch who can kind of spread the floor helps. But at the end of the day, you just missed those shots, man. And you missed those three-pointers because there were a lot of times where the play was run correctly and they just did not make the shot. It was just Clang, Trolley, Bell, and that's what's going on.
I mean, they had some bad misses, but 13 of 32 is 40%. It's not the worst three-point shooting night of all time. And honestly, I'll take that from the Bulls on most nights. But, to me, it was just they couldn't really get anything going at the basket. Coby had that one awesome dunk, but it felt like they just didn't get a lot of easy looks. And part of that was Hartenstein. He was obviously deterring everything. I don't know. It felt like nothing was really coming easy tonight. And I think that goes back to the idea that they were just pretty gassed.
Yeah.
It's a gas team.
Gassed.
It's a gas team that's so shorthanded. I see people having a interesting conversation in the comments about tonight's loss and who to pin it on.
Okay. Everybody. Put it on everyone, y'all. Straight up. Again, they're leaders of it, but everybody gets a piece.
The South Garcon saying the game turned when Drummond left the game. Drummond's playing 30 minutes a night if he doesn't get in foul trouble, and then some.
Yeah.
Do you guys see how much sweat is pouring off of Andre Drummond?
He's working, man.
Yeah, you expect Billy to pull a Tibbs and be like, hey, sorry, Drummond. I mean, we're shorthanded. You're playing 48 tonight. Terry Taylor's minutes are not the problem tonight. I saw somebody else in the comments say, once Vooch is back, Terry Taylor better not see the floor. Well, fucking duh. Do you think that's going to happen? I saw Alexander, one of our regulars, saying, small ball really works, guys. Look, the Knicks are a big bruising team.
They are.
And they dominated the Bulls, who are being forced to play small right now.
Yeah.
What else do you want?
Yeah.
Tell me what you want. One of your guys on your roster who's actually over 6'7", Patrick, played fewer minutes as a starter tonight because Billy saw he was playing like shit. Torrey Craig is out. Vooch is out. Mm-hmm. Julian Phillips, second-round rookie, thin as a freaking paperclip. You think he was going to do better banging bodies down low tonight?
Yeah.
All comes back to Sanogo, right? 6'9", big muscle. Love what we saw from him in absolute garbage time last night.
He's about to explode.
Missing the bigger picture. It's a hurt team. It's a shorthanded team. Yeah, they got worked on the boards tonight. What? Show me this giant stable of available bigs that Billy isn't using. Please.
I mean,
for fuck's sake.
I think the piece you're missing here that people are still not willing to accept is that it's a shorthanded team, it's an injured team, it's a tired team. It's also just not a very good team. This team is 11th in the East. They've been playing a lot better of late, but they're just still not a great team. And it's hard to win every night when you're not a great team. It just is.
Hard to win every night when you're not a great team. And a shorthanded, not a great team.
Channel 4 News, hurt, shorthanded, also not very good when they are healthy. None of this is surprising. Thank you.
And it's
thank you.
I think part of the incentive to keep this team together, the continuity thing is none of these other teams in the East are all that exciting or all that good. And I do think on any given night, the Bulls could beat them, but on most nights they don't. And that's kind of the problem is it's almost like the regular season record doesn't matter as long as they get into the play-in because they could beat the Knicks or the Hawks or the Raptors or the Nets on any given night in a play-in game.
It's true.
But to me, it's just this bigger question of is that really what you're going for? Is that not a reason to still try to get better? I mean, you look at the Knicks team that just went out and got OG Anunoby, all these teams are trying to get better. And the Zach's situation is going to be difficult. I'm not sure what's going to happen with that, but it's been 3 years basically that we haven't really seen the Bulls try to do something to actively get better. And you don't have to get worse in order to get better, but you have to do something in order to get better because we've seen what happens when they just stay the same, and that is what happens tonight.
Yeah. Again, like you said, shorthanded and not having those guys out there. But Yeah, you took an ass whooping on a back-to-back. I like the point also being made about Drummond of, first of all, going against Embiid, you know what I'm saying, the night before, and actually putting up some really solid numbers against Embiid, but then coming in on a back-to-back tonight and going against Hartenstein, you know, and still putting up, you know, those solid numbers. Like I said, he did some Drummond stuff out there, which is just kind of par for the course with that. But at the same time, that's why I cut him a little bit of slack. Like, man, dude, there's no real help for him. Like, Terry Taylor is not helping you guard Embiid. That's just not the thing. Whatever Terry Taylor can provide is just extra. You know, it's just like found money. It's like, oh, man, he scored a bucket. Oh, man, he got a rebound. Oh, man, he got a steal. Like, that's found money stuff, and allowing Drummond to get more rest just because he did those kind of things. It's not somebody you're putting in and you're like, all right, we can hold it down now. You know what I mean? No, like I think you made the point, like playing small ball is just not something they've really done, you know? And so to be put into the situation with a guy like Terry Taylor, you know, like, and I like Terry Taylor, he's solid, but there's a reason he's not out there playing like just every single game. There's definitely a reason for that. But yeah, like, they're in a tough situation with all these injuries that have slapped them across the face. And, you know, they're paying for it now. And hopefully they get some reinforcement soon. Well, it's looking like they'll get some very, very soon. And they're going to need it because they got to get them buckets, man, because not scoring and not having a shooting threat out there outside of Coby is really hindering the Bulls from winning these games like that. Like, just the threat. And again, I feel like I'm rehashing old arguments that we've went over and done all the time, man. But talking about just getting somebody who's a threat on your team, you know, that teams have to actually respect like that. Like, there's a reason Ayo was so wide open on a lot of those shots. You know, there's a reason why Caruso was too. Even though he's shooting much better, he's still not a threat. They're not scared of Alex Caruso shooting threes. Patrick Williams, he's scaring himself out of taking those shots.
Oh, I'm open.
Yeah, like, and when I'm looking at DeMar and he's 3 for 3, I think, from the 3-point line tonight. Yeah, you're like, wow, that's amazing. But you got to get somebody that's going to threaten you. That's Zach LaVine. He'll give you that threat.
I mean, Zach out. Vooch had not been shooting the three super well to start the season. Had started to knock some down before getting hurt.
He did.
Out.
Yeah.
Torrey Craig can occasionally have a night where he knocks down some threes.
Out for a while.
Out. This Bulls team that came in short on three-point shooting is missing a good chunk of its three-point shooting. And aside from Coby, did not shoot well tonight.
Yeah. And shout out to Coby for finding his shot.
But if DeMar DeRozan is suddenly your team's second best three-point shooter,
problems.
Credit to DeMar.
Problems, though.
Oh, God. Let's take a quick break right there. We'll come back on the other side and get more thoughts on tonight's game, more of y'all's thoughts on tonight's game. A rough loss to the Knicks. While we're doing that, you know what to do. Hit the thumb. Do it for Joey. Do it for each other. Do it for yourself for hanging in there and watching a really tough second half of basketball tonight. Make sure you subscribe as well to CHGO Sports YouTube channel. Big Dave, do you want to talk comment?
Just a little bit for a little while. You know, I know we got a lot more things to get into, but I figured we should bring some joy and talk about some ComEd, Matt.
I would love
because, you know,
some joy.
It's getting a little bit easier, Matt. Getting a little easier for businesses to switch to electric vehicles. That's something that we can all get behind for the health of the planet and for the well-being of all of us who share it.
That's right, Dave. The electric grid is evolving to meet your cleaner energy needs as we all move with confidence towards an electric tomorrow. Whether you have one delivery van or a whole fleet of shipping trucks, like we know Baby Joey does.
Of course he does.
Got a whole fleet of them things.
And helicopters.
ComEd can help guide you to make the changes that make sense.
So what should business owners like Baby Joey do, man?
Well, I'll tell you, Dave. Go to ComEd.com/clean to learn more about the resources, fleet rebates, and infrastructure incentives available to help businesses go electric. If you own a business, 1, good for you. That's cool. Way to go. 2, don't wait. Start making your plan today to switch to electric vehicles. Good for business, good for the planet, good for all of us. Go to ComEd.com/clean.
Did you say ComEd.com/clean?
Yes, I did, Dave. Go now and see how going electric connects us to a better way of doing business and a better future for generations to come. ComEd.com/clean.
You know what else could create a better future? There's something you can do for yourself, and that's get in GOAT shape. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. You see this. The coughiness doesn't just happen. That's the breeze flowing through it when he's outside running.
That hair lifts
thing
weights.
right. That's right, man. It stays in shape. All right? That's how it rolls. And the place he can do that at, and something that you can do that at, is the Midtown Athletic Club. What an amazing place, ladies and gentlemen. 4 locations, one in Palatine in the North suburbs, Bannockburn in the North Shore, Willowbrook in the southwest suburbs, and the Midtown Athletic Club and Hotel in the middle of Bucktown and Lincoln Park. It is Matt Peck, sister approved. And the Midtown Palatine has launched a multi-million-dollar transformation of the club, y'all, which will be complete early this year. Just in time, you still got your resolutions. Just wait. $1 million renovation in your face. And just because they like you so much, Midtown is offering no initiation fees this January at their Bannockburn, Palatine, and Willowbrook locations. No fees for the initiation to get on down to Midtown Athletic Club. Something for everybody. Single people, families with kids, people looking to make lifestyle changes, holistic wellness. They got it all, y'all. Over 100 classes per week is included with your membership. And of course, it's not gym quality stuff. No. It is boutique quality. We're talking yoga. We're talking boxing, spinning, cycling, cross training, high intensity interval training, and even group exercise. They got you covered. And the tennis courts that Carm and Hogue just rave about all the time, because that's what they do. They play tennis. Shout out to them for doing that, by the way. It's not my thing. But if it's yours, indoor, outdoor courts, pickleball, and paddle tennis, you can do it all over there at the Midtown Athletic Club, because they are professional quality all the way. So head over to midtown.com/CHGO, find out more, and tour the Midtown Athletic Club nearest you, because the Midtown Athletic Club, sweat it out. Sweat it out. Get it out your system. Get it out.
I can't help myself, and y'all can't help yourselves either.
Give it to him, man.
Reggie Mack in the comments. Back-to-back is no excuse for poor coaching adjustments.
Uh-oh.
Small ball while being out-rebounded. Not using your bench where you have energy and fresh legs.
Ooh, I'll be over here.
Did Billy play his starters all 48 minutes? All 5 of them tonight? What? Not using. You know who was on the floor for that back-breaking 4-try Knicks possession that ended in a dunk and basically put the game out of reach? Because it was all your hustle and energy guys. I was out there. Jalen was out there. Caruso was out there. Couldn't get a rebound. Your hustle and energy guys.
Terry Taylor.
Why is it that such a huge portion of this fan base suddenly thinks that Adama Sanogo is a savior? A savior.
Is that what
I'm not saying I don't want to see any Sanogo minutes ever. I'm saying to think that this obsession with small ball and the fact that there's a wealth of better options out there is what's causing a loss like this. Mm-hmm. More so than second night of a back-to-back, and your team is missing 4 of its main rotation players. Mm-hmm. No, it's the rotations. I swear to God, it is. What the fuck is wrong with some of y'all? I swear.
Yeah,
I don't get it. I really don't.
A tough night of a back-to-back, man. Playing the Knicks team, like, you're undersized, going against this squad right here. And even the guy that is your size is Jalen Brunson, who was an all-star. who's pretty damn good. Like, they had 2 people score 30. You know what I mean? 2 of them. They scored 30 points, man. So, and then again, another guy dropping a double-double with 10 points and 20 rebounds and 5 blocks. It's Olajuwon stuff. So you have to factor all that in coming in on a back-to-back and not just be like, well, if I can plug in this guy, that stops that. That's not the case. You know what I mean? Even, like I said, even when you're wide open, you're still missing your shots. That has nothing to do with the turnovers. I'll give you an example. The Knicks were turning the ball over like crazy in the first half. Mm-hmm. Just some of the worst passing. Even J.J. Redick said this is some of the worst passing I've ever seen from a team. That got stopped in that second half. They made some adjustments, and they stopped. And it didn't go like that for them. The Bulls were a little more hot, as far as the three-point shooting was concerned, in that first half. Mm-hmm. They did a better job of that. That adjustment that came for them, that three-point shooting stopped, in that second half, man, even with wide open.
Yeah.
And still, like, the IQ and those things that Matt was talking about as far as Patrick Williams not doing well with the basketball in his hands. Even Javon Carter not doing well in his hands. Ayo, like we said, had a tough game. He had several breaks, Ayo did. Those 1-on-3 breaks that he's been successful at this season weren't successful tonight at all. They just weren't. So, yeah, it was one of them games. And you have to give the Knicks credit also because they're a good basketball team. So it's not just like, oh, man, we could have did this. You can't take away Julius Randle and, Jalen Brunson balling out there and DiVincenzo hitting those threes and things like that, man. That's how it goes sometimes.
I did find it amusing that in the ABC halftime show, Stephen A was like, I don't understand how the Knicks are losing. Bob Meyer was like, well, they've turned it over 12 times, and the Bulls are not this good of a three-point shooting team. They're probably going to start missing more threes than they make in the second half, and that's exactly what happened.
And what I just point to you, like that's what it is. You know what I mean? Like, it's what it is, guys. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I mean, you're spot on. It's like some games they're going to play over their head and they're going to win. Some games they're going to just grind it out and it's going to be like a good win. And then some games they're just not going to play well. The fact that they shot the ball from three pretty well, like, that's great. Coby needed to get hot. That's a positive. I think after a certain amount of time, like, that's going to happen. So it's good to get him back on track. But yeah, to me, it's like what I said earlier. It was a talent deficit. It was a rest deficit. Just think the Knicks were a better team in general and definitely a better one tonight.
Yeah, they were a better team tonight, man.
I mean, if you want to take a silver lining, it is the fact that Coby, who has really struggled,
correct,
and was on the injury report coming into tonight's game, in between this back-to-back. We saw him tweak the ankle last night. Who has been shooting? I think it was 3 of 31 spanning his last 4, maybe 5 games behind the 3-point line.
Not pretty.
6 of 9 tonight.
Yeah,
like I think Bulls fans, however you're taking this loss tonight, you could take that hopefully as a sign that Coby is maybe going to start shooting his way out of that little mini slump.
Yeah.
I think most of us expected him to not continue that ridiculous streak he was on.
Sure.
At the back end of November into the first 3 weeks of December, where he was shooting like 50% from three.
Yeah, that's the problem, though. It's like it's very difficult to know what you're going to get any given night when you go on 50% from 9.5 threes per game type of volume over 15 games, and then go 3 of 31 over the next 5 games. It's just really difficult, and I think that's on Coby. He's got to be more consistent.
Those are
we know he can do it, and it's like I'm saying the same thing, Billy. Like the same excuse Billy's making after every game. I'm saying that too because it's the consistency piece. Like they have good players there, but they just can't do it consistently. That's a problem, though. Like it's not just that's just the thing we need to do. It's like the fact that they haven't done it is a problem to me. It's been 3 years. They still cannot figure out how to consistently play well. That's a problem.
That's the thing. He's correct about that.
Dave Collin would like you to neuralize everyone and only have people remember Coby's 6 for 9 3-point shooting and his dunk, which, God, that Kobe dunk
that was vicious.
I don't think I've ever seen him dunk with 2 hands.
That was insane.
Honestly, I can't recall it. I'll leave that to Joey. Joey, you hit him with that neuralizer one time, sir. You hit him. There you go. There you go.
Oh.
Doesn't that feel good?
Oh.
Doesn't that feel right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Doesn't what feel good?
Doesn't it feel good?
What feel good?
The
Doesn't it feel
neuralizer.
good?
What neuralizer?
Joey's very particular about how the neuralizer science works, and I think he's right.
Yeah, he is. He's right. but he neuralized himself, so he forgot everything. See, that's the thing. You're not supposed to look into it, Joe. You're supposed to have your glasses on.
Not supposed to look into what?
And there you go. These are the things we have to deal with. Next time I got you, Joe. I won't put you through this.
Jelly, meanwhile, saying, as rough as it is, Coby will get out of the slump. He's grabbing his wrists and wincing after each shot. If he shot that well tonight, despite the fact that the wrist is still a problem and the ankle is still a problem, I mean, I'm hoping that tonight is a sign that whatever was hindering Coby's shot, he found his way out of it.
Yeah.
It could be just a little blip, and then we see him fall back into the slump. I have no idea what's going to happen.
Right.
All I know is that for this team being as shorthanded as it is, it was real tough to come by wins when Coby was shooting 12% from three.
Sure. As
Yeah.
it should be.
Our shout out to our guy Ben Dean who
Ben
chimed
Dean.
in, pointing out that it was the dunk from Coby was off the right leg. By the way. Like,
it was just nasty.
crazy.
Dog. Like I'm gonna watch that a bunch of times after this show. I can't wait to go look at that because that for me was definitely the Bulls' highlight of the game. Man. It was that dunk, bro. So everything else I've forgotten. I've been neuralized properly. I'm doing well. Everything's good. But yeah, that is the one bright spot, Matt, is watching Coby actually come out of the slump and actually play really, really solidly and play really well. A couple of those shots that he missed were just really good moves. And he just missed those shots. And that's why I wasn't mad about none of it. You know, I'm like, just missed it. But those threes he was hitting just let me know, like, okay, I'm feeling better. And again, I've credited Coby with this. Whether he hits it or misses it, no matter how good or bad he's shooting, he is the same. That's the consistency that I've seen, Will, in that. Just
Totally.
that is the fact that none of it gets him up and none of it gets him down. Now, he's got to find a balance within that because, like you said, you can't be 50%, but then you can't be 8. You know what I'm saying? Like, there has to be a balance, bro.
Yeah.
I love the fact that mentally it's not affecting him like it used to in the past. But at the same time, man, like, and the reason he's asking for the consistency because we want it to be dependable. You know, we want to depend on you and be like, I can put you down for 3 or 4 of these a game. You know, that's going to happen. Like with DeMar, I can put you down for 25. I can put you down for that. Like, there it is. Boom, boom. We're good. Thank you. Vooch, I can put you down for a double-double. It's in. We're good. I got it. I want to be able to put Coby down, but like, man, 4 or 5 threes, we in. You know, it's going down and it's going to happen that way. So he's not the only one, though. Like, it's a lot of these Bulls players, the young ones, too, who have got to find that consistency. Ayo's got to find it. Patrick Williams has got to find it. Like, they have to find that consistency that I can depend on and just say, I know this is going to happen. No matter what's going on in the game, this is going to happen. They're going to do this, they're going to do this, they're going to do this. Let's see how we can, work around that. And then what joy can come from that from somebody else exceeding the expectation.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is maybe a larger conversation, but to me, yes, you need to see more consistency. I do think Coby has gotten a lot better in terms of adding value to the game when his shot isn't falling.
Yeah,
but
a lot.
It's like, aside from the ball going in, what does this team need to do to get better offensively? Because at times it really does just feel like they have to shoot unsustainably hot in order to have good offense. I mean, they're in their last 8 games. So over the last 2 weeks, they're 26th in offense. 26th. They're 23rd on the year. So they had a little fun stretch there once Zach went down and Coby got super hot. And like now it's back to reality a little bit.
Whoop, there goes gravity.
What do they do to be a consistent, sustainable offense on the whole?
And speaking of that, shout out to our pal Clem over there in France, who said only DeRozan and Coby can score in the half court. Everyone else can only exist with an offense who has an offense that has some flow and rhythm, which we are unable to do without Vooch. I don't know if I would go so far as to say that the Bulls are unable to do it at all without Vooch. I would agree that it's a lot harder.
Yeah.
And our pal Drew Stevens from the Bigs had a great stat this morning. The Bulls have averaged 3.4 fewer secondary assists and 11.2 fewer potential assists per game since Vooch left the lineup. I feel like those numbers are backed up by the eye test when you see this Bulls half-court offense recently in his absence.
Yeah, the hockey assist is important.
Struggling.
The ball movement is important. You know, and again, you saw a lot of plays being run well, especially by DeMar. Like, they were highlighting them. Like, oh, this is exactly what happens when the Knicks double team. He made the right read, the right pass, the right play. You swing it out to your shooter. There you go. And clang. You know what I mean? And clang. And clang. And, it's those kind of things that become frustrating, but you got to get more consistent at. Yeah, like, you're just going to need scorers. You're going to need shooting guys. You're going to need some Zach LaVine. I'm just telling you. You're going to need it. I can't wait to see this, man. Honestly, I can't wait to see this on Friday because, again, we're talking about consistency in any way it could go. I don't know which way it's going to go. Like, I have no idea. I don't know how it's going to work or if it'll buy in or if it'll go revert back to, nope, give me the ball. It's over. You know what I mean? I'm taking it like that. I don't know what it's going to be, but I'm going to be entertained. And I'm going to definitely be watching, and I can't wait to see it. And you mentioned, Will, about Vooch, because you're right. I mentioned I wanted to see Drummond play, but you're right. Like, it might not happen that way because Vooch may be back, you know what I mean, on Friday as well.
We haven't
like
gotten
7 to
as
10
much
days.
news on him in terms of ramp up and recovery, but
Right.
maybe tomorrow at practice we'll have an update.
Yeah, I'm excited to see that. So it's a lot of stuff I'm really honestly excited to see going forward after these kind of losses. You know, like usually I'm not excited to see what's up happening after these kind of ass whoopings. I just like, oh God. But I'm like, okay, let me see what it is. Let me see what it is. What can you do? Let me see what it is. I know we know where you at.
we already know what Zach, DeMar, and Vooch together on the floor looks like. Mm-hmm. The answer is bad. Yeah, I'm so eager.
No, I'm interested to see what Zach is. That's my point. Mm-hmm. I'm interested to see what Zach is, bro. I am.
Bless
very
your
much
heart.
so.
You have faith that we'll see something different.
It might be.
Or at least a curiosity.
Or it might be worse.
That we might see something different.
But I will be entertained is my point.
Mm-hmm.
Because we might see something that you were like, oh, just none of this shit might work at all. And it might just fall off the ass. Like, that ain't occurred, but it might happen. You know what I mean? So you lean your ass over there. I'm going to lean my ass over here. And we'll meet in the middle as we always do.
Okay. Meanwhile, I like this comment from the South Garcon who said, if the Bulls are so poorly constructed and they're so limited, when is the drumbeat to hold hashtag Acme accountable going to ramp up? Some of us never stopped drumming while you were enjoying that fun little stretch of December.
It was fun. And it ain't over.
Calling me a hater for not getting excited about those wins.
No, that's not why I call you a hater.
No, not you. Not you.
What? Are you kidding? I don't have the time.
Just enjoy the wins. Back this team is for real.
I don't
We're
have
back. The Bulls are back, baby. And you know what? I mean, honestly, what can AK say? They fell out of that precious 10th spot tonight. Can't even call yourself a playing team right now. What you gonna do?
See, no, I won't be.
What you gonna do?
Well, man said I'm going to be disappointed when we play 1 or 2 games and they trade his ass. I won't be. Like, I just really want to see what this is. I have no clue. I really want to see what this is, man. This is a new position for this dude, for Zach LaVine. This is a brand new thing for him, man. So I'm interested to see just how it's attacked and how they come at it. I really am. I just want to see what it is.
All right, let's take our second break. Then we'll come back and wrap up with a few more thoughts. We've got some super chats I see that we got to get to. We will get to those for sure. Hit that thumbs up button wherever you are in your Bulls fan mental health right now. Hopefully you're somewhere where Big Dave is.
No, be in the middle, man. Be in the middle, like for real. Be in the middle, bro. Don't lean one way or another, either side. Because honestly, it doesn't deserve one way or another, either side. Be in the damn middle.
You don't believe that it's better for mental health to have a more optimistic outlook, though?
No, it's better to just be real, bro. Like, be yourself. You know what I mean? Like, don't force shit. Like, you know, if that ain't you, that ain't you.
Well said.
Be yourself, man, for real.
Well
See
said.
you.
Oh, you made me think of that dude, Nagy, and I hate his guts. Almost tried to cost me a fantasy, but he didn't because I won my championship. Shout out. Come on. I'm talking so much shit. I can't wait to bring this trophy up in here. I just want y'all to see it. It's all crystal and shit. It looks nice.
So proud of you.
Oh, thank you, Matt. George Pastor, what time is it?
Get out!
Oh, he was leaning on the other side away from the mic. He hustled over that mic.
Yeah, I heard the hustle. I didn't even see it. I heard the glue, glue, glue. Shout out, Joey, man. You shouldn't have to worry when you're buying tickets to your next big event. Game Time is the fast and easy way to buy tickets to all the sports, music, comedy, and theater events near you with Keller. Last minute deals, all in prices, views from your seat, and their best price guarantee. Game Time takes the guesswork out of buying those tickets. Game Time has deals on tickets right up to the start of the event and even an hour after it starts. It's not the place. No. It is the place to find last minute seats. Find exclusive flash deals and sponsor deals on tickets for football, basketball, baseball, concerts, comedy, theater, and much, much more. And with zone deals, you pick the section. Game Time does the selecting with an average saving of, drumroll, Matt Pack, 18% savings. So take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use the code CHGO for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem that code CHGO. $20 off is what your beautiful self is going to get. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. Because Will, we go, golly, what time is it?
Game time. Who?
I love Will because he's like Luka when it comes to that. He's at his own pace. You know what I mean? Like, I just know it's going in.
Defense.
That's
and
it.
then just
I just know it's going in.
calmly make my way to the bucket.
Calmly getting there with the splash.
I believe I saw Luka dropped 30 in the first half tonight.
Sounds about right.
No, just doing Luka things.
That boy good.
Just normal. Just normal.
I did peck things tonight. You know what that means?
Wow. That's a loaded question.
It just means I won some bets.
Hey!
Watching Bulls basketball.
Okay, there you go. All
Shout
right.
out to our sponsors and friends at Circa Sportsbook.
Shout out.
Sad to say, I was right in my prediction that the Knicks would cover tonight.
Sad to say. Why does he say sad to say when he's not
I'm
sad
sad,
to say
except for the part where I put money in my pocket.
Nothing sad.
Thanks, Circa. They always strive to have those starting spreads at -110 odds, whether it's who you're picking, whether you're picking to cover, taking points, taking over-unders on total points. -110, more often than not, is those starting out odds you will find, not -115, not -120, because the sports bettors that do that just do it for no good reason. Greed, selfishness, not Circa. They also keep as little as money as possible on those large market bets. If you're feeling like you know what's going to happen in the NBA playoffs this year and you maybe want to put down some future bets on NBA playoff action, best place to do it with the best odds, that's right, it's Circa. They even encourage their bettors to, of course, download their Circa Sports Illinois app, but also download and try any number of sports betting apps that are out there these days. We know, y'all know there are a bunch of them. They are confident that more often than not, you will find the best odds, the best user experience at Circa, and they know you will find the best customer service at Circa.
Yes.
Nobody beats Circa customer service because they have real people working in their customer service department instead of robots. I am a robot.
Beep borp, beep borp.
Cannot help you.
Get him, Joey.
Stupid AI. No. Humans. Human organs. Human brains. Helping you out. Download that Circa Sports Illinois app, circasports.com/Illinois-app to sign up today. Be on the lookout for Circa's events, watch parties, and tailgates. Fun stuff always going on with Circa here in Chicago. If you or someone you know may have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. That's 1-800-426-2537. Text GAMB to 833-234 or visit areyoureallywinning.com.
Is that the only time like you like humans? Because you're not I'm not saying you hate all humans, but you're not a huge fan, you know, of humans.
Why are you outing me like this, Dave?
Oh, really? This is a secret? Like, that doesn't.
I love all people.
I didn't say that. I said like. There's a difference. There's a difference, sir. There is a difference.
No, you're right. Other than everyone in Bulls Nation.
Correct.
For the most part.
Correct.
Handful of friends. Handful of work friends. Most people suck, and I have no interest in interacting with people because people suck. Everyone knows. Other people know this. People suck.
I like the shirt you got me, though. It says mean people suck.
This is true.
There's a difference.
It's the great Thurgood shirt from Half Baked. He
Correct.
only wears it in one scene.
Correct. He does.
But it's the greatest shirt ever.
Mean people suck. All right.
But no, if I'm having an issue as a consumer,
yes,
and I would like help resolving that issue,
you're a big fan.
You're darn tootin' I want to talk to a human being and not
big
a robot.
Big fan.
Big fan of people.
Completely agree with you. I want to do that. Hit the thumbs up because you're a real person. Real people, hit the thumbs up, man.
That's right.
Do it for Joey Troll.
What?
This is what you said. You said you be troll. You a troll, Joe. With the thumbs.
Oh, right. I'm a goblin, yes.
Yeah. Oh, it's a goblin now. Oh, you keep switching on me now. All right. It's a woozy, it's a wazi. Let's keep it. Let's get it, man. Let's talk to some fans.
Jason in the comments said, just wait until Alonzo Ball is back. If there's one thing this roster is missing, it's a guy who's 6'6" and crazy unreliable from three. Well, I mean, you had me with the joke at the beginning,
you did.
But did you miss the part where Lonzo was the Bulls' most lethal 3-point threat before he got hurt?
Yeah.
Because that's the thing.
Yeah.
He was shooting 40% on a high volume of threes.
Very high.
Unreliable.
When that was all he hit was threes.
Lonzo Ball was Nathan freaking Detroit.
Yeah, man. He was
from the
balling.
3-point line. Good old reliable. Yes, that's a Guys and Dolls reference for all you sports fans out there.
Some guys must be doing it for some dolls.
This guy knows what's up.
I'm with it. I'm with it. Everywhere. Wide range. Ty Rowe will.
Anthony said, Joey, I hate to say it, but I don't think you guys are ever going to get free Portillos. What does that mean?
We will get free Portillos. Circus sunscreen. We will get free Portillos when Patrick Williams scores 30 points.
Oh.
And I think you are.
I mean,
you know what? I'm going to go out and say this. I think we're getting 30 in the next 10 games. I think we're getting free Portillos in the next 10 games.
In the next 10 games, because Patrick Williams is going to drop 30.
Correct.
Okay.
I mean, you saw what he looked like tonight, right?
I actually didn't. I was almost doing my graphic for almost the entire game.
That's true. He was.
But I don't care. Now that I've seen this comment, I know we're getting Portillos in the next 10 days.
Love the confidence.
Yeah, I do too.
I mean, I
could
could just order us some Portillos if we all want Portillos.
I actually
I'm never
ordered,
opposed
by
to
the
getting
way,
Portillos.
when you guys were doing game on Saturday and I was getting ready to leave on Sunday morning and I ordered Portillos and I almost called you to see if you want anything, although I was at home and you were here. I was going to call and make sure, Matt, I'm ordering Portillos to my house. Is that all right with you?
I mean, I would have appreciated the heads up.
Oh, my God.
I wouldn't have been mad if I found out about it after the fact if we were in different geographic locations. Mm-hmm. That is really sweet that you thought about it.
Yeah.
Depending on what I was up to, I may have been like, yeah, order me this. I'll be right there.
You would have showed up? Well, you know, that's a silly statement by me. Of course he showed up some Portillos. Of course you would. Yeah. That's on me. I apologize. That's on me.
I would cross the Atlantic for some Portillos.
But some people out there he wouldn't even talk to or think.
I mean, I literally have crossed the Atlantic for Portillos. When we got back from our Paris trip, like right around this time last year,
That's true.
the first thing I did when I got home from O'Hare
Yeah.
was order up Portillos.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
first thing I did. 'Cause
Damn.
Paris had some cool, interesting food.
They did.
You know what they didn't have?
Portillos.
Beef.
That's right.
Damn beef.
Where is Will been hiding this totally legit
Telling
Chicago
you,
guy
man,
accent?
look, man, Will got so many voices, bro. Like, Will be having so many voices and will always
With the
just
jaw.
pull it out, man. Oh, Will. You always pull it out at the wildest times. And we're like, wait, what? Where did that come from? How could you do that?
How could you do that?
He's skilled. Man is
Joseph,
skilled.
you want to knock out some super chats real quick? Let's do some super chats.
Indeed, we can knock out some super chats. Here we go. Number 1. Io Laro.
What's happening?
Ew.
Can we hit threes? Jesus Christ. Hate losing to mediocre teams. Well,
I mean,
they're a better
here
team.
it comes.
They're a better team than us.
Did you check the Knicks record and then check the Bulls record before or maybe after that statement? Because the Bulls are a less than mediocre team. And the Knicks are a slightly above mediocre team.
This is true.
That's kind of how you know where they are in the standings and such. But yeah, I mean, you do you.
I digress here.
I'm just saying. Hate losing to mediocre teams. The Bulls are a worse team.
Yeah, but he still hates losing to him.
Okay.
I feel him.
I hate losing to mediocre teams when it's a good team that I'm rooting for.
Okay.
That is not the situation right now.
So you're okay with losing to mediocre teams when you're mediocre?
How can you not be?
Depending on the
That's how you end up
depending on the
mediocre.
context,
Yeah, I'm not okay.
I mean,
I'm not.
the Bulls are less than mediocre and shorthanded right now.
Yes.
Playing a
Can we look up the definition of mediocrity? I'm just curious.
I mean, dude,
Shout out John Sabine.
I feel like I just
Shout out Merriam-Webster.
I recently had an explosion. I think it was somewhere during that homestand, and you weren't here. You were at the UC, Will, where
Lucky you.
people were feeling really, real zesty about like, oh, the Bulls and being a good team. And I was like, we're still 4 or 5 games under 500.
Okay.
Let's take it easy on calling us a good team. Where you are struggling to get back to mediocrity, which I thought we all collectively agreed a month or so ago is not acceptable. But yes, let's all get hyped.
mediocrity is the quality or state of being mediocre. Okay, great. Thank
Of
you.
only moderate quality. Not very good.
Thank you, Joey. Yeah, not very good. So maybe they are mediocre. I think of it as being like average, which is 41 wins, but they're quite less than that at the moment.
At the moment, for sure.
How dare you? We're not mediocre. We're average.
I mean, yeah.
Paul
different.
Sorensen.
Paul.
Need to buy Vooch a box. What? We need him back. Box.
Box.
For?
What's the box for?
Buy him
What's
a
in the
box.
box? Come on.
What's in the box?
Come on.
to help him with his adductor strain injury?
A box. Guy needs a box.
Will. I know when it's getting late. Because Will just...
Yeah, not sure what the box was going to do for Vooch, but regardless.
Hold on. Ariel drop in the comments. I assume you mean we the Bulls, are like Portillo's. Shit overhyped food?
Ooh.
Man, I feel sorry for you. I'm not even going to yell at you. I just feel sorry for you if you think Portillo's is shit overhyped food. Just get a taste buds implant or transplant or something. My God.
That's the thing.
Get a taste buds implant.
Yeah, correct.
Transplant.
You clearly need them.
Go
if
ahead,
you have that
P will. I don't know of any player ever that misses this many dunks and gets blocked every game. That turnover after turnover, unacceptable.
Dude.
He was hot trash with Io Snell, and Javon Garner.
Wow. Javon Garner, that's what we're calling Javon Carter now?
Damn.
Yikes.
That's tough.
I still think Io Snell is a little disrespectful.
I agree.
But again,
played-
Io did not have a good game tonight.
No, he did.
He didn't
He
have
did.
a Tony Snell game.
Oh, God, no.
He made 2 field goals
He did.
on 12 attempts.
Keep going, Joe.
But yeah, no, I mean, P. Will's turnovers tonight, he found 5 different ways to turn the ball over.
He did.
It was impressive almost.
No, it sucked.
Here we go. AK. Drummond gives Bulls a different look, but needs to come off the bench.
Yes.
Vooch gives you passing, shooting, rebounds. When no one can hit a shot, Zach can create his own shot. Bulls are out of gas from heavy minutes and injuries.
Yeah, well, you know how we all feel about Vooch already. We've already stated like what we feel, and a lot of people, but you just gotta let stuff play out sometimes.
I like that super chat because it basically sums up the entire episode here. That's just a correct take.
Yeah, that's correct. That is a solid jump shot, is what Will said.
Man, when Vooch comes back, we better not see any Terry Taylor minutes.
That's in his happy place.
Y'all are wild.
Which
man.
is sad.
Y'all are
but
wild.
His happy place. Come on, Joe.
Danny Uton,
Ew.
assuming we can keep Zach, can net us a true power forward.
Like
He is
in a trade,
a true power forward.
Are you suggesting trading Pat for a true power
I
forward?
guess it means like traditional, raw.
Because you don't
You know what I
believe
mean?
that Pat
You
is
don't
a
want
true
the
power
smooth,
forward, and you're looking for a better one.
Don't need a
I
Charles Oakley type.
Shout out Charles Oakley.
No thanks.
I mean, they mentioned on the broadcast tonight Patrick Williams being a restricted free agent to be, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, that's a thing. That's in a contract year.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden, with the Zach trade stuff and this team and all these injuries, like somehow like Pat playing in a contract year and what he looks like has just sort of fallen onto the back burner of where my Bulls fan head is at these days. But it is still very interesting. I would still be surprised, even with the up and down we've seen from Pat this season. Lost his starting job after like 6 games,
Yeah.
then got it back. And has looked okay some nights, great some nights, awful some nights.
Yeah.
I would be shocked if they trade him before
Yeah.
this deadline.
No, I agree.
I would be shocked.
I'll be completely shocked for sure.
I mean, but here's the thing. They have to make changes. They can't not make changes.
Yeah.
I know this is not like on people's radar yet, but like they will not be going into next season $15 million over the luxury tax.
Correct.
It's not going to happen.
Not gonna happen.
And in order to not do that, you need to get rid of guys or you need to move guys or consolidate.
Yeah.
They can't bring back Patrick. They can't bring back DeMar. They can't keep Zach without doing that unless they get off of Alonso's money, which maybe they do.
Yeah.
But again, it's like, what are we doing here? You're just throwing every last dollar you have to keep the same team that's the 12th seed.
Hashtag continuity.
11th, excuse me, 11th.
11th.
Yeah,
Get it
11th.
right.
Pardon me.
I mean, no. Everything you just said is correct. They have some difficult financial decisions to make, and they better figure some stuff out before this trade deadline.
They
I swear to
literally
God.
have to.
They have no choice.
The
Yeah,
one
he's
thing,
right.
the one known quantity is the luxury tax. Mm-hmm. That's not happening. So something has to give.
And look, he didn't shoot the ball great tonight, but we might have got a little bit of help from the playing everywhere, was all over the floor. I think he had 4 steals credited tonight. Alex Caruso on a nationally televised game. I believe it was JJ Redick who referred to him as a complete psychopath.
Psycho. Yeah, complete psycho. He's a psycho.
I know Bulls fans weren't too keen on the idea of giving up Caruso in a trade when the Bulls strung a few wins together back in December, but
Trade him, bro.
I think it might be time to start talking about it again.
Trade him.
Because you can get some value.
Trade him. Gee,
Bye now. Bye-bye.
Seriously.
Bye now.
Come on, Joey.
Any more?
Last one.
Last one.
Assuming Zach plays
AK,
Friday.
our guy.
Assuming Zach plays Friday, how do you see Zach 20 shots affecting others? Will others regress?
Yes.
Am I worried about how it affects others? I think that's the question. I don't know. Okay, if it affects Coby, I'll probably be worried about it. You know what I mean? I don't want it to affect Coby.
Most Bulls fans' concern is, okay, if they do face the music, make some moves, maybe Coby is looking like a guy on now a very team-friendly contract, the one he just signed last summer. Maybe you keep Pat around. Maybe you keep Ayo around. Maybe Dalen's even here for the next phase of whatever the Bulls are going to be. Not messing up any developmental steps that they've managed to make in this 15-game sample size without Zach LaVine on the floor.
Right.
And ruining where they are in making that progress by throwing the same old Zach LaVine back into the equation if some of those Bulls fans are a little skeptical about Zach actually adapting his game, which I think is a fair skepticism right now.
Yeah. Oh, no. Very, very fair, man. And again, I'm excited to see what's going to happen on Friday, dog. Like, this is like a soap opera to me. Like, I have no clue what's going to go down or how it's going to work or how it's going to react or if you're going to see the same exact thing of him, Vooch, and DeMar not working. You know what I mean? Or if you're going to see him actually try to adapt to the system, or if you're going to see it affect Coby White or not, or if you're going to see him play more with the bench. Like, I'm just excited to see it, like, because they need some help, obviously, as far as the shooting is concerned. He is the only threat you have. You got to put him out there on the floor, and I'm excited to see if he wants to buy into it because, man, quite honestly, this could be his career. I'm talking about if he wants to be traded. This could be it. So I'm interested to see it, man. I really am.
I like Mohawk the Kid's idea in the comments. If Zach takes Drummond's shots, we'll be good. just take Drummond shots because Drummond has honestly been, taking double-digit shots in this 5-game stretch starting.
That's true.
If Vooch plays, but
How
then what
many
happens
of
when
those
Vooch comes
are?
back?
How many of those are just
And
his
Zach
own
come back.
misses?
Well, yes. A lot of those are just tips on offensive rebounds that don't go in the
Those are
first
just
time.
extra shots.
Or the second
true.
time.
That's true.
Or the 5th time.
Yeah.
We are out of time. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us tonight. We appreciate it. A little bit of a later tip-off for those of us in Central Time. Bulls are off tomorrow, coming home from this little 2-game road trip. HQ on deck tomorrow, Will?
HQ on deck tomorrow.
Let's do on deck.
HQ CHGO Bulls episode with Will and our guy Mark K. 5:30 Central Time tomorrow. Be on the lookout for that. And then Bulls back in action Friday against the Hornets.
Yeah.
Maybe with Zach LaVine.
Maybe.
We shall see. In the meantime, read everything Will writes, allchgo.com.
Do it.
Follow him on Twitter for all of his great updates, reporting, and takes. Will_Gottlieb.
Yep.
Big Dave is at BowBWL Sports. On Bulls_Peck, our pal and producer, Joey Spathers.
Yeah.
On the controls is at Joey Spathers. We are CHGO_Bulls. We love and appreciate you, Bulls Nation, even on nights when I think half of y'all are crazy. Still love you. Appreciate you for tuning in. And Will and Mark will talk to you tomorrow. All of us will talk to you on Friday. Until then, see you right. Be good.
Bevo. Peace.
We all silly like the man.